Anna kosha or Annamaya kosha is fed, nourished only through well-balanced nutrition. How are we going to nourish the soul itself? Lord Krishna talks about it in Gita, that lead your life in such a way that you don't form these impressions. You're not affected the way lotus is not affected even though it blooms in dirty pond. Nothing affects it. So how to immunize our heart that you don't react? Dhyana is to transcend the mind itself. Traditionally speaking, in a normal human being's understanding is based on the dictionary definitions. Oxford Dictionary would define meditation as focusing your mind on one idea or one thought. But in reality, dhyana is all about transcending the mind itself, transcending the very function of thinking. So we have to correct ourselves and say, now, how do I proceed? Though I may start with a thought, but how do I transcend the thought itself? That's number one. Number two, Pranahuti is defined in Sanskrit as pranasya pranaha. What does that mean? Anna kosha or Annamaya kosha is fed, nourished only through well-balanced nutrition. How are we going to nourish the soul itself? The Manomaya kosha, Vijnanmaya kosha, all these koshas can be enriched with knowledge and contemplative efforts. You may meditate, but without the seed of spirituality growing out of it. And how can you grow a mere seed that you have planted without water? Pranasya pranaha works as a nourishing water, nourishment to that very spiritual seed that envelopes the soul with the grace of gurus. Now, when we see the side-by growth of this spiritual seed and becoming a giant thing within in the form of consciousness, then one begins to appreciate how a person has changed. For example, your old belief system or the conditioning that so and so is like that, or such and such a community is like that, or gods are like this. All this conditioning, once they dissolve, then you are able to see from a fresh perspective. It's like when you wear goggles or when you have glasses, and when those glasses are dirty with layers and layers of dirt and filth, you can't see things. Likewise, the light, the knowledge, everything, the feelings, intuition, all that emanates from our soul. If the soul is clouded with this conditioning, dirt, complexities and impurities, what we call vikshepas, they can be easily removed through this pranahuti, through this transmission. So transmission serves two purposes. One is to clean the complexities and impurities that we go on collecting, and second is to nourish the spiritual seed that we receive. Because we have all the means, we can enrich our body, we can enrich our mind, we can fulfill our heart, but what about nourishing the soul? And that is pranasya pranaha. Pranasya pranaha, the flow pranahuti, is all about nourishing the soul itself. You have to understand why thoughts arise in the mind. Have you noticed sometimes before you go to sleep, all of a sudden you realize, ye main bhul gayi, ye bhul gaya, you see. Often we recollect things we have forgotten during daytime. So when we are meditating, often we are reminded of unfinished tasks. So it gives us a signal, you've better finish that. Right? Secondly, when you had a fight with someone in your childhood or whenever, maybe yesterday, it will haunt you again. But the heart can't handle such impressions. You like to put an end to this. So it will search for ways and means to settle your heart. So if you had a tussle with someone, maybe it's a moment to resolve that. After meditation, if your heart allows it, then say, okay, if you had a tussle with your father, Papa, I'm sorry. That's enough for him to make him happy, you know. There are very easy ways to solve problems in life. If you're genuinely saying sorry, it will end right then and there. See, during meditation, especially the heartfulness way of meditation, the main thing of heartfulness way is we have to understand what samskaras are. Give us example just to remind you. Let's see, if you are going through a garden on your usual walks and you see a rose flower, you are attracted. Oh, it's a lovely rose. The second day, oh, it has bloomed even bigger today. Third day, you like to hold it in your hand and smell it. Fourth day, you like to pick it. Let me take it home. This is how we build our relationships also in life. That creates impression. Now, did you notice how your mind got affected by it? You had a glance. Second day, very nice, let me smell. So another sensual faculty is involved. Eye now knows. Third day, you want to touch it. Fourth day, you want to get emotionally attached and say, let me pick it. Right? All these are registered subconsciously in our mind. See? Now, to get rid of this, how do I get rid of this? Rose samskara. So when a preceptor or the master of caliber is trying to remove something that has embedded in your subconscious, the whole reverse process will start. And as it is coming out, it will touch your conscious mind as it exists. So it reveals to you. Many a times you will go through a phase during meditation that you'll have so many irrelevant thoughts. But at the end of meditation, if I ask you, can you describe those thoughts? You will not be able to recollect even one. Our tradition believes that in order to get rid of samskaras, one has to go through bhoga, right? And why so much of importance is given to samskaras in our in spiritual life? They say it is because of samskaras that you have certain parentage, certain friends. Your lifestyle unfolds based on your samskaras, based on your past karmas. But as we undergo more and more bhoga of the past karma, we keep on forming more and more. So that is not the solution either. Through yogic practices, we are trained how not to form samskaras. Lord Krishna talks about it in Gita. That lead your life in such a way that you don't form these impressions. You're not affected the way lotus is not affected even though it blooms in dirty pond. Nothing affects it. So how to immunize our heart that you don't react? Okay, I saw the red flower. I saw it's beautiful. That's enough. That's all. But training of the heart is required. To arrive at that stage, I can look at the beauty of the rose and still not be affected. To such an extent that it becomes, or it is born as a strong desire in me that I must have it at any cost. So that must stop, say. I may appreciate the beauty of the sunrise. That's all. So in the evening time, we are taught how to get rid of these impressions. We use this sankalpa, yogic sankalpa, preceptors and masters, they all use this weapon of sankalpa that may such and such a thing happen. So after these 3 initiatory sittings that we receive in the beginning, it prepares us, gives us enough of capabilities so that we can do our daily evening cleaning. After day's work, when you come home, don't get involved in day-to-day work. First and foremost is Sit down quietly in some corner of your house and get rid of these impressions that we have collected, knowingly or unknowingly. Do it for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and see the impact it creates on you. And with this fresh heart and mind, you should be able to work in a better way at home, with children, with parents. And purity perpetuates. Once you become more, pure and pure, you cannot tolerate anything impure, even as a thought. Just like meditation, we close our eyes very gently. Now the focus here is the back part, from top of the head till the tailbone, shoulder to shoulder, back part. We have to think that all the complexities and impurities are going away. This is a kind of sankalpa that this is happening. Complexities and impurities are going away. From where? From this backside. From top of the head till the tailbone. Imagine that and think that they are going from that backside. And how? Think that they are going in the form of smoke. So, let us rethink this process, what we are doing. We are simply making a sankalpa or a suggestion that all complexities and impurities are going away from my backside in the form of smoke. Continue with this process. If you are settled with this much, I would like you to do one more thing. Accelerate this process. Now gently add next element to this cleaning process. Imagine the light is descending from above. It is entering from the front side of your system and passing through the entire system, entire body, going out from the back side now, helping us remove these complexities and impurities. This light in turn is helping me fill up the vacuum left behind by the removal of complexities and impurities. At the end of this cleaning, generally we make a firm suggestion that yes, all the complexities and impurities are now removed, and that I feel not simpler and purer. So, now you know how to do cleaning.
Alertness is more than paying attention to the world. It is learning to notice what is happening inside. Click on the next video to go deeper.